Greetings, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the here and now. Welcome to 10 at 10, coming at you Monday through Friday for approximately 10 minutes, usually a little over 10 minutes, at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Time, often a little bit after 10 a.m. Eastern Time like today. And we got something new happening today. We're trying something new. Welcome, Halima, joining us in Bangkok. Great to see you here. We are going live on Facebook Live and also Instagram Live. This is the first time I'm trying that. And as many of you know, when you try new things, it doesn't always work out so well the first time. But you got to try somewhere. You got to start somewhere, right? Begin somewhere. So we're on Instagram Live and we're on Facebook Live, and we'll be going out on YouTube, and we'll be going out on Apple Podcasts. We'll be going out a bunch of different places afterwards in the archive. So feel free to ask questions, comments, anytime to join us and chime in. It's an interactive space. And really grateful for you to be here. And I'm really grateful that I'm here. And I'm really grateful that we're here together. That's what makes it special and makes it sweet. So speaking of new things, doing new things, trying new things, there's this question that came up of how do I overcome my fear, my greatest fear, my greatest, what do I do, right? And we have all these different techniques and all these different strategies and all these different ideas and all these different ideologies and all these different beliefs and all these different concepts. And those things have their place and they have their value. And at the same time, they are often used as a way to actually avoid the thing you fear, to like stay caught up in here, stay caught up circulating in the mind. The gerbil wheel, we call it, right? Just spinning, 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 spinning. And there's only one way to really transcend the thing that you fear the most, which is at some point, preferably sooner than later, you need to actually do the thing that you fear the most. The greatest way to transcend the thing you fear is to do it. And it's really the only way to transcend the thing that you fear is to do it. And then do it again and 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 again. And then you'll find that you actually don't fear the thing that you feared so much and you were avoiding doing, right? So the avoidance of it and the story building of it and the story creation of it and if this happens, it'll make that happen, and that happens, it'll make this happen, and that will make this happen, and this will make that happen. All of this creates this tremendous amount of energy built up, this anxiety that builds up about this thing that you're afraid to do, right? So really basic example, simple example for you. I know we like examples. I like examples. So I'm teaching my son to drive a car, drive a vehicle, right? And had a lot of anxiety, just really tense and fear. And I don't want to discredit fear as something that's bad or wrong. That's not the point of the idea at all. Fear is has its place, right? Particularly when it's on a physical level. Like if I'm moving to the edge of a cliff, the body's going to produce fear inside me, right? In the biochemical system to alert me that I'm about to fall off a cliff, right? So fear has a place, has a value. But we've created fear as a psychological thing in spaces where we fear the unknown, where we fear our next level, where we feel our expansion, where we fear our empowerment, where we fear our actualization, where we fear our realization, where we fear our potentiality. And then we stop ourselves because it's unknown. You would be amazed how many people are afraid to feel good, how many people are afraid to feel happy, How many people are afraid to feel amazing? How many people are afraid to feel ecstatic? How many people are afraid to feel blissful? Why? Because it's unfamiliar, it's unknown. Our greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. And then there's this opening, there's this recognition where you recognize and realize that it's all unknown. And that's this tremendous liberation that opens. I'm getting very deep here, but I'm going to get back to the simple example for a moment when I was talking about my son. So my son is afraid to drive, but we do it. We do it really simple. We do it for like just a few blocks, and then we do it for a couple miles, kilometers. We do it for, 5 minutes. Then we do it for 10 minutes. Then we eventually do it for 15 and 20, right? So at the point yesterday, he's driving and he's he's going to take his driver's test next week, right? And he's just relaxed and at ease and, moving things with confidence and decisiveness. And it was beautiful to see that movement, to see that evolution of when you have the thing you fear and you face it, and you have to want to face it, right? So there has to be the intention, desire to face it. Social anxiety is a big one, right? Because there's really no reason to feel social anxiety. When you're on the edge of a cliff, you could fall off the cliff and you could injure your body severely, right? So that's an instinctive fear that arises that's there to support us and protect us. But that same fear arises in social space, in social situations. So my son's going to face another fear this week, where he's going to be on stage in front of a group of people at a what would you call it? They call it Mr. Norristown because that's the town that it's based in. So he's going to basically compete with other young men to be Mr. Norristown. He's going to sing a song, play on his guitar in front of a group of people, which is new territory for him, right? So there's a fear because it's unfamiliar, but it's something that he's called to do. So he's going to do it again and again and again, right? Until it becomes integrated. It becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of who you are. And a huge part of this is being able to embrace the unknown. That's the root of it. Embrace the unknown. Go back to what I was saying before. This ability to realize that I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm okay with that. Not only am I okay with it, but it's actually kind of exciting, right? It's actually a little bit exciting. It's actually maybe a lot exciting. It's actually maybe very exciting, right? So that's the place where I live, right? I'm really excited by the unknown, which is good because it's all unknown. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't even know what's happening right now. I don't even know what has happened. I don't even know anything, right? So if you don't know what's happening or what's going to happen or what has happened, then what's there to be afraid of, right? But we get locked in this rigid idea of oh, well, I know that if I do this, this is going to happen. This terrible thing is going to happen. How do you know that? How do you know it's going to happen? And even if it does happen, it's only temporary, right? Everything that we experience is temporary. The emotional range that we feel, the feelings, the sensations, it's all temporary. So then there's a sense of playfulness, of having fun, of always learning, of being curious, of continually growing and expanding, evolving in your consciousness, of understanding the adventure of life, right? Of appreciating the adventure of life and having gratitude for the adventure of life that is really just a sweet dream. It's a sweet dream to play in. And the infinite essence of who we truly are is unaffected by the dream. So when we realize the spiritual essence of who we really are, then the forms come and go, they shape shift, they appear and disappear, and yet it doesn't affect the essence of who we truly are, and we can freely play in this world and express ourselves in this world and create in this world and embrace with a sense of groundedness and ease the space of not knowing. So I'd love to hear that thing that you fear. We have a group called the Secret Glow Community, which is really going to be called. I'm making it focused on a breakthrough camp, right? So what that means is the group is focused on those of us in the group sharing the spaces we want to break through. Sharing the space where we're being held back, where we have the unconscious limiting belief systems, where we have the fear, and where we want to break through, where we want to make it happen, and helping people in personal sessions as well with that. So I'd love to hear where you're stuck. What is it that you're most afraid of is what I really want to hear, actually. What are you most afraid of? And I want to support you in breaking through. So feel free to share in the comments, or maybe if it's a fear, to share in the comments. If there's a vulnerability there, you could do that. Or if you don't prefer not to, you could share with me privately in a private message. In any case, let's support each other in breaking through. Let's support each other in being and realizing all that we're here to be and realize, right? To be the love that we are, to be this deep sense of grounded inner peace, to be this deep sense of infinite freedom, to be this sense of deep empowerment of who we truly are, and express and create it in the world, and support ourselves, each other in doing that. So much gratitude and appreciation for each of you for being here. It seems like we went all right with Instagram Live and Facebook Live today. It seems like that worked out well, and you can catch it on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud and a bunch of spots. Let's just take a few deep breaths together. A huge part of all of this, which I haven't gotten into at all today, is the breath. We'll get into that in coming episodes and previous episodes we have as well. Just a few centering breaths makes all the difference, right? Happy rising, April Ree, sweet mama. Great to see you here. So let's take just a few deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Check out the links at the bottom to plug in deeper. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Doesn't want to end.